Number 22. Ooh, which one of these looks better? Ooh, we've got 2's and 3's in the x's and 2's and 3's in the z's. It looks like y's again will work better. So let's take this guy and put a -1 on this particular one. There we go. So -3 and positive 2x, that'll give us a negative x. Y's will go away. 3z plus 2z, that'll be a plus 5z, equals 15 plus 7 will be a 22. Oh, and I guess we got to do it. Times this guy by 4 and add to this one. So 8x plus 2x, that's 10x. Then y's go away, which is what we wanted, plus 10z equals, and then we get 28 minus 8, that's 20. Okay, now we've got to get rid of the x's. Now, one particular thing, we could divide this thing by 10. That's not bad. That whole thing would work. Or we can do it the normal way here and times by 10 to get rid of the x's. So 10x and 10x is gone. 50 plus 10, that's 60z. 220 plus 20 is 240. Divide by 60, you get z equals 4. Should note that if you chose to get rid of the z's by timesing by this by a -2, we would have gotten the x first. No matter there. So now let's start plugging back in. We stick the 4 in. I'm going to stick it up here. So we get -x plus 20 equals 22. -x equals 2. So x is -2. Good. Now let's stick this back in to get y. So let's stick it all up in the top. So the 4 is going to come around and go right there. This -2 is going to come in right there. So we get 3 times -2 is a -6 plus y minus 3 times 4, so that's a -12 equals a -15. That's y. What is that? -18 is a -15. Add 18 to both sides, and y equals 3. So the solution then is x is -2, y is 3, and z is 4. Number 23. Oh, this is tempting. The y's look pretty nice. You just have to times that by 2. The z's, they'd go away there, and you'd have to times by 3, and the x's. That's pretty good there. Let's try getting rid of the x's first. So if we took these two right here and times this guy by a -1, x's go away, and we get y plus 2y is 3y. -z plus 3z is plus 2z, and that equals 1 and a -7. That is a -6. Let's get rid of the x's another way. So times the bottom one by a -2. -2x and 2x go away. Positive 2y and y give us 3y. And then -2z and -3z is a -5z. Positive 2 plus 13 is a 15. Ooh, that was pretty interesting. Looks like the y's are set up to go next. All we need to do is take this is a -1, and it'll turn that into a -3y there. So that gives us -7z equals 15, and a positive 6 is a positive 21. That means divide by -7, z is a -3. Let's take this -3 and put it back right there. And we get 3y minus 6 equals a -6. Add 6 to both sides. 3y equals 0. Divide by 3 on both sides, and we get y equals 0. So now we need to get x. Either one of these would work well with it. Let's take y equals 0 right there, and this guy right there. So we get x minus 0 plus a negative 3 equals a negative 1. So that is x, add 3 to both sides, equals 2. Our solution then is 2, 0, negative 3. And we could go back and try this just to make sure. 2 times 2 is 4, minus a negative 9. 4 plus 9 is 13. 2 plus 0 minus 9. 2 minus 9 is negative 7. And then we just saw 2 minus 0 minus 3 is a negative 1. It's just kind of fun to go back and check, make sure you got your answers right. Number 24. So we look at these. Here we'd have to times by a 2 and a 4 here. Oh, these will go away, and times that by 2. That looks like our best bet there. So let's take these two and times this guy by a 2. Gone, and this becomes negative 4 plus 2 is a negative 2y. 8z and z, positive 8z and negative 8z is gone. Oh, that's pretty nice. And that equals 4 and negative 4 is a 0. That's pretty good. Okay, let's get rid of it one other way. And that is if we do this, x's go away and we get negative 7y plus 6z equals, and 2 and a negative 1 is a 1. Okay, so now we need to get rid of the z's in one way. Sometimes this happens that we are missing a variable, which means this is going to be a very nice one to get rid of. Move that guy straight across and we get negative 2y equals 0. Hey look, y is by itself now. So we're going to bring this back up here. Y is 0, and we get 0 plus 6y equals 1. 0 plus 6z equals 1, and z is then 1/6. And now we go and plug them into these others. So z is 1/6. Plug it in right there. Y is 0, and let's get x. So we get 2x minus 0 is gone, plus 2 times 1/6, that's 1/3, equals a negative 1. X minus 0 plus 2 times 1/6 is 1/3 equals a negative 1. So subtract 1/3 from both sides and we get 2x equals negative 4/3. Divide both sides by 2 and we get x equals a negative 2/3, which gives us as an answer negative 2/3, y is 0, and z is 1/6.